Hey, how you doing? It's been a while, and I know it's been a while for me to upload on this channel, but I have not forgotten about it. I have not forgotten about my music. I have not forgotten about the purpose of what this channel means to me. I've just been busy being a dad, just life stuff, and then working on the other news show channel thing that I talked about in the last video. But I'm finally here because I said I would be back when I had enough information to present that I can talk about the update of this album. And I do have updates. It's been a while, and it took me a while to figure out how I wanted this to go. But I knew with patience that eventually the path was going to reveal itself to me, and then I would just have to carve my way through it, cutting down the shrubs, and I hope that analogy makes sense. But my point is that I have been working on this for a very long time, and I think I finally have a clearer vision about how I want to go about this, and now I can talk to you guys about it. But first, let me show you my studio board here, because this is what I've been working off of. I have 31 songs that I have collectively written over the last couple years, all at different stages. Some of them have been released as singles. Some of them kind of are sitting at the more brainstorming idea area, but I have all this to really say that I have a spectrum of songs that I've been putting together. And I didn't know how I want to go about this. Did I want to release all my singles, put them together and make it an album and then go from there? Did I want to make completely brand new songs and let the singles be singles, or something in between all that? And I ended up going with the something in between all of that. I have 31 songs, but I've selected 12 of them out of here, which means 19 of these are going to be sidelined. That doesn't mean I'm scraping all the music that I haven't released. It just means that I'm waiting to see where they find their place. And I have to, normally what I do with my music, I've done this with my instrumental albums. They all have to have like a place and a sense of purpose to belong. And that's what took me the longest time to get to this point. But then I decided, I was like, okay, I'm not going to just do brand new songs, and I'm not just going to release all the previous singles and make it an album now. I'm going to do a hybrid of the two. And I decided to stick with 12 songs and finish those and see how they go, and then really kind of like start making the packaging around that. And we'll see, will I do a bonus or a deluxe edition, or will I do something maybe even more secondary to the album? That part I'm not quite sure, but what I do know is out of the 12 songs, 6 of them are completely finished, mastered, mixed, and some of them even have been released already, just a few. But I did focus, and I wanted to make sure at least more than half of the album are brand new songs, brand new music that you've never heard before. So what that means is that I have 6 songs still that I am finishing up, but I got my core package. I know what I want to present that's more coherent and cohesive, and it all kind of fits the same vibe and theme of everything that I'm doing, and then I could be like, here you go. And what made me finally get to this point was I started working on other music, more, let's say, aggressive music, more rock-based music. And I was like, this is very, very different from the other stuff I've done. And I started writing them for this album. But then I was like, hang on. I think I could do something a little bit different, because I noticed the theme with those songs. And all that to really say that is that once this album comes out, and the reason why I'm taking my time with it is because I'm already working on, at least right now, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a 4-song EP that's going to follow it. And it's going to be its own thing. It's not a continuation of the album, but there will be certain threads that do connect the overarching, let's say, narrative of it all. So I took my time to gather all my songs to be a certain way, so that way I can release maybe at a faster schedule once I can get this album done. Because the thing is, out of these songs, let me see really quickly, out of these songs I have 4 songs that are completely like done, mastered, ready to release, that you've never heard before, and they're just sitting. And I don't like that feeling. I realize I kept releasing music because it's like, I don't want it to just sit. I hate that it'll just die on my hard drive. So I was putting them out as singles. 2 of them I have already put out, and they are going to for sure be on the album. And if I played my cards right before, then they would have just been released with the album. But all that to say that I have a good body of music now, finally. 12 solid tracks. For the next month or 2, I'm going to focus really heavily onto finishing these other 6 songs. But there is a chance that maybe I will release more. Or maybe I might make the 12 and bring it down to 10, and then 2 of them might be bonus. I don't really know how I'm going to go about that. That's something I need to figure out later. But I already got the album theme figured out. I got the title figured out. I got the cover art figured out. I got the stories figured out. So now it's just a matter of concluding it. And the thing is, when it comes to music, as a producer of sorts, as a songwriter, there's a lot of things that you will never notice about the album that I have to put the time into it, because if I put the time into it to perfect the things you won't notice, that's what makes it a good album. Things are like, oh, okay, that was great, but you won't know why it's great. And that's fine. It's not your job to know why it's great. It's your job to enjoy the product for what it is, because music should be timeless. But anyway, with all that being said, this is where we're at going forward. I'm halfway done with the album. If I go by this metrics of 12 songs, I got 6 songs completely mastered and ready to release, and I got the other 6 at different stages, but I at least have a strong focus on where to go with it. I do not have a release time yet. I don't know, but I will update sooner rather than later, because we're more than halfway done with the album now, and I might even start to tease more about either the album title or the cover art or other things of that nature. We will get there, and we're going to get there soon. I would like to get this done. Ideally, I do have a goal. It will definitely be done this year. I would like to get it done before summer's over with, personally. Whether that means it's released or not, that's also another thing, because distribution is a thing. There's this like 4-week time frame before everything kind of gets like locked in and set for release. It's a whole thing, but at least my part can be done with it, and then I can put it on the streaming services and let them do what they got to do. So I'm gonna be focused on that. But now I'm actually at a point where I really like it. I got a 12-song album that I can look at and go, this is great. I'm gonna be proud of this body of work. And then I'm also working on a secondary thing shortly after that, and I don't know when that will come out, but I do have a better idea of theming my music now, and that's probably the most exciting part of it all. But other than that, there's your update. I think we're good for now. If you want to stay up to date with all this, just keep following me on social media. Most likely Instagram will be the spot. I will try to keep things updated and refreshed on YouTube as well. But for where we're at with it, we are nearing the end. I see a finish line. I have an objective, and now I can focus on that stuff. And then one day I might go revisit those other 19 songs that aren't going to be on the album. But that's, that can be sorted out on the back end. So I will keep you updated when we get closer to that time frame. And thanks for just hanging in there with me. And I will talk to you guys soon. All right, take care. And if you want to be active with me and it's not here, go follow the Randy Nexus, because I am being very active over there. And when I'm not working on music, I'm working on that. And when I'm not working on the show, I'm working on music. There's something I'm always working on. So, all right, take care. I'll see you guys later.